A woman in Iran goes straight to her bra and panties in public to defy one of the world's most oppressive regimes. Jamal Mashburn proves you can become even more than just an NBA player. Parts of Alaska just had its very last sunset of the year. President John F. Kennedy just took his last flight to Dallas, this time decades ago. And a Twitch streamer is building his own school in Nigeria, all here on the Bullock today, so let's do it. The mainstream news is so corrupt.
This is unbelievable.
This is wild.
No one is talking about this.
The shootings are just out of control right now.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
All right, so I'm going to go into detail here about this absolute badass. And for those doubting this story, give me a second here. So an Iranian woman named Ahu Darye had an altercation with Iranian security agents on the street over not wearing her headscarf, as required under Iranian law for women while they are out in public, and can face fines or imprisonment of up to 5 years if they disobey. Following the 1979 Iranian Revolution, it became mandatory under law for women to cover their hair and dress moderately. Ahu, however, chose to not only refuse to put a headscarf on, which was already a big no-no, but chose to take off her clothes altogether, down to her underwear, in public. Now, if you're an American here, seeing this headline, seeing this thumbnail and this story, and knowing what goes on with women in their 20s throughout social media, you'd be in the right to immediately assume, oh, just another girlie getting naked on camera to gain followers and clout on the internet. And you'd be right if this took place in literally any other country in the world outside of Iran, North Korea, and probably Eritrea, which is the North Korea of Africa. It'd be easy to chalk this up about some attention-starving, idiotic 25-year-old girl trying to play the victim card while dancing naked on TikTok on the street. However, this is Iran. And the truth is, she probably doesn't even know that she's on the internet in the first place, or that the internet possibly even exists. Iran is known for having the world's most comprehensive censorship systems. They blocked out YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. The only person she knew would see her were the security guards that could put her in prison and were confronting her, along with the surrounding witnesses. She basically did this in a one-on-one defiance. Walking through the street in just her bra and panties, she became a symbol of defiance against a regime that is drunk with tyranny. Doing this in public, knowing the high risk and lethal consequences that could come, Ahu has never heard of the victim card, but only of face-to-face, try me one more time, I'm the captain now. If you're going to kill me, do it now because I'm done with your bullshit rules while I was minding my own business in the first place. This also happened at a university in Tehran, by the way, which is the capital of Iran. Ballsy to say the least. It would have been so much easier to just take the scarf, put it on her head, and just obey. But maybe not today or tomorrow, but these very individual small actions will compound over the course of the incoming years and make a true difference in that society eventually. Now over to thumbs up and thumbs down. We head over to the state of Kentucky now with a huge thumbs up here.
Thumbs up, average Joes can play.
Thumbs up to Jamal Mashburn, a former small forward, most notably for the Charlotte Hornets, who played in the NBA for 12 seasons. Thumbs up as Jamal defies the stigma of NBA players making bad choices with their money. It's recently been revealed that Jamal owns over 90 different businesses, including 34 Outback Steakhouses, 37 Papa John's, and an array of different car dealerships, all in the state of Kentucky. So kudos to Jamal. Looking forward to seeing you own your own bourbon distillery eventually. Now a thumbs down to Alaska here. Alaska, the first non-human I give a thumbs down to, as in Okiavik, Alaska, this very small town, the sun has set for the very last time this past week for the next 65 days. The next time the sun will make an appearance in the town will be on January 22nd, 2025, as it's that time of year again where the nights grow longer and polar nights are born. Polar nights are the geographical phenomenon which occurs in the northern and southernmost regions of the Earth where the sun remains below the horizon for the entire 24 hours of the day. Sometimes we don't realize how quickly time has passed, which is why I bring to you this day in history.
Which specifies the unconditional surrender of Japan.
The president has been shot.
This day, 61 years ago, President John F. Kennedy would take his very last flight to Dallas, Texas, where the next day he would unfortunately be assassinated. The prelude to this section of This Day in History features this very moment, which really is a breaking point in American history. Riding in his motorcade through Dealey Plaza, the 35th President of the United States would be shot to death, and according to the government's own interpretation, JFK was shot by one person while moving in a vehicle from two entirely different angles, one in the front and one in the back, even though the government says it's just from one angle from behind, which is obviously a lie, which is one of the biggest lies in American history, which I hope that RFK joining the incoming administration in the White House is able to pull files that expose the biggest corruption scandal in all of U.S. history. Now, a lot of times covering the news can get nasty. You're talking a lot about bad things, horrendous stories. So every news show I bring you good news here we go. Over into Nigeria now, as Twitch streamer Kai Cenat has given away a good portion of his streaming revenue to raise money to fund schools over in Nigeria. After a recent trip to the impoverished country, Kai returned with the goal of building a school out for the underprivileged youth in Mokoko. To further engage his audience, Cenat shared layout designs for the school, emphasizing that a lot of this support in the next month will help big. Thank you. So good job to Kai, and I will keep you guys updated on how this plays out. Their daily news podcast, The Bullock, is out Tuesday through Thursday at 5 p.m. I will be back here over on Tuesday evening with another Bullock for your world news stories, and I will see you then.
Using factual material deeply researched to confirming the validity of multiple sources by the broader media landscape across the global sector in the digital world. All statements are a combination of primary and secondary research components geared towards providing the only news show in video and podcast form that provides a clear understanding of important world issues that are being left out by the completely biased and politically driven global media machine. Thank you for listening.